Long before he became an international sports icon commanding absolute fascination under the bright arena lights, Chris Dickerson was a student of the arts. Born in Montgomery, Alabama, this exceptionally gifted individual grew up with a deep passion for classical music, literature, and formal vocal training. Chris did not start his journey chasing massive, bloated muscle mass or cheap internet validation. His primary goal was to achieve the ultimate human expression of physical and mental harmony. He studied opera singing extensively, developing an elite understanding of breathing, body control, and posture long before he ever touched a heavy iron barbell. This artistic foundation gave him a completely unique perspective on physical development, viewing the human frame as a beautiful musical instrument. Dickerson proved very early on that he was a rare breed of athlete, a sophisticated gentleman destined to introduce a brand new era of cultural refinement to the competitive fitness world. What truly transformed Chris Dickerson from a talented fitness enthusiast into a lethal professional contender was his historic partnership with a legend. In California, he sought out the guidance of the iconic multi-time Mr. Universe, Bill Pearl, who instantly recognized the youth's rare genetic potential. Pearl did not offer a soft, standard training pathway, forcing Chris to adapt directly to an incredibly brutal, military-grade workload designed to build dense, mature muscle. Under Pearl's expert mentorship, Dickerson refined his lifting mechanics, mastered advanced nutritional protocols, and developed an unbreakable professional work ethic. He learned to train with absolute surgical precision, focusing heavily on fixing minor structural flaws rather than just chasing heavy numbers. This legendary elite partnership laid the definitive foundation for his historic rise, proving to the world that structured guidance can turn a raw diamond into an immortal masterpiece. The absolute historical pinnacle of Chris's early competitive career was forged through intense societal adversity during a highly turbulent cultural era. In 1970, he walked onto the grand stage and officially became the very first African-American athlete to win the highly coveted AAU Mr. America title. This monumental achievement extended far beyond the simple trophy room, shattering deep-seated racial barriers within the mainstream American sports landscape forever under the lights. He faced immense social pressure and political skepticism with absolute, quiet dignity, refusing to let external negativity distract his focus from excellence. His historic victory served as a powerful, undeniable statement of equality, proving that pure merit and physical perfection could easily conquer prejudice. Dickerson became an instant hero for millions of young minority athletes worldwide, showing that true character can easily dismantle any unfair social wall on earth. What truly separated Chris Dickerson from the massive, emerging mass monsters of his generation was his flawless, breathtaking aesthetic silhouette. He did not care about carrying seasonal bloated weight, choosing instead to present an immaculate package defined by crisp lines and tight vacuum waists. His muscle insertions were exceptionally sharp, displaying a rare level of symmetry and proportion that looked like a classical Roman marble sculpture brought to life under the lights. He possessed arguably the single greatest calf development in the history of the sport, paired with a remarkably dense, separated upper back structure. Every single muscle group flowed seamlessly into the next, creating a beautiful geometric harmony that completely captivated the panel of judges. This surgical commitment to physical proportion turned his individual appearances into highly studied historic spectacles, proving that true aesthetic quality will always hold an immortal power. Beyond his pristine physical proportions and historic gold medals, Chris built an immortal reputation as the absolute king of presentation. He completely revolutionized the art of posing by integrating his elite classical opera training directly into his individual stage routines. He did not merely flex his muscles blindly for the crowd, moving instead across the platform with a smooth, theatrical majesty that felt completely ahead of his 1970s era. Every single transition was perfectly synchronized to dramatic classical music, holding each mandatory pose long enough to display every deep striation clearly. He mastered the absolute fine art of muscle control, shifting his weight with the fluid grace of an elite ballet dancer under the bright lights. Dickerson treated the competition stage not as a simple gym floor, but as a live theater arena where his physique served as the ultimate canvas of high-level fine art. What truly transformed Chris into a mythical figure within the global bodybuilding community was his absolutely extraordinary competitive longevity. He actively competed at the absolute highest professional tier for over 30 years, spanning multiple distinct generations of legendary athletes. He routinely defeated competitors who were decades younger than him, proving that his highly structured approach to health and lifting was completely superior to short-term extremes. He walked onto the professional stage year after year in pristine, shredded condition, never showing a soft package or a distended midsection. Standing proudly under the blinding arena lights against fresh young titans, his dense muscle quality and mature look always commanded absolute respect. This incredible longevity record solidified his status at the apex of the iron world, earning him the permanent admiration of hardcore old-school bodybuilding purists across the globe. The ultimate measure of Chris's legendary resilience was definitively tested during his high-stakes chases for the sport's greatest crown. In 1980 and 1981, he entered the prestigious Mr. Olympia contest in what many analysts consider to be the absolute best shape of his entire life. However, he finished as the controversial runner-up twice in a row, losing narrow, highly debated decisions that shocked the entire international fitness community to its absolute core. Despite the intense public outrage and his own deep personal disappointment, he refused to engage in bitter media trash talk or blame the judges. He accepted the controversial results with absolute, unmatched sportsmanship, shaking his rivals' hands before returning directly to the gym. This noble behavior proved to the global audience that he possessed the heart of a true king, earning the permanent title of the ultimate gentleman of the historic golden era of the sport. The ultimate, highly anticipated cinematic climax of Dickerson's legendary professional career finally arrived during the spectacular 1982 season. Entering the Mr. Olympia tournament in London at the age of 43, he put on an absolutely flawless display of mature, dense conditioning. He systematically dismantled the absolute best lineup in the world, refusing to give his dangerous international rivals a single inch of breathing space during comparison rounds. He captured the covered Sando Trophy with immense pride, officially becoming the oldest man in history to win the Mr. Olympia title at that time. Standing proudly under the blinding lights with the gold medal around his neck, he finally fulfilled his lifelong ultimate dream. This monumental victory cemented his name in gold letters worldwide, proving to humanity that age is nothing more than a simple number when backed by an unbreakable, iron human willpower. With his historic Olympia victory secured in London, Chris achieved a unique competitive milestone that very few athletes will ever replicate. He became one of the incredibly rare gentlemen to conquer the golden triad of historic bodybuilding titles, Mr. America, Mr. Universe, and Mr. Olympia. This spectacular achievement solidified his legacy as an absolute complete champion who dominated every single major federation and era he ever encountered throughout his long journey. He proved to the world that his unique formula of aesthetic balance, elite presentation, and artistic posing was universally undeniable to any panel of judges. His unmatched resume established a definitive blueprint for the modern classic physique division, showing that harmony beats raw massiveness. Dickerson proved that a champion's true greatness is measured by his ability to conquer every peak available in his chosen field through pure, unadulterated excellence. Behind the numerous professional world titles, the historic magazine covers, and the intense athletic rivalries lay an exceptionally articulate mind. Following his official retirement from active competition, Chris transitioned seamlessly into becoming a highly respected international educator, seminar leader, and consultant. He traveled the world extensively, teaching young generations of lifters how to properly pose, eat, and train without destroying their long-term health. He utilized his beautiful operatic voice to command absolute attention during crowded seminars, speaking with an unmatched level of clarity, elegance, and wisdom. He refused to engage in cheap internet drama or modern fitness gimmicks, choosing instead to promote the timeless values of discipline and artistic pride. Dickerson remained a true, sophisticated ambassador for the sport, proving that a real bodybuilder's intelligence should always match his physical development. The profound, systemic impact that Chris Dickerson left on the international fitness world was officially immortalized by the entire global community. In 2000, he was proudly inducted into the highly prestigious IFBB Hall of Fame, securing his permanent place among the greatest icons to ever live. His historic photos and legendary posing routines continue to be featured prominently in major historical archives as the absolute gold standard of classical physical presentation. He attended major international events as a revered elder statesman of the Iron Game, receiving massive standing ovations from crowds wherever he went. He wore his legendary status with deep humility, always taking the time to speak with young fans and share his unique historical experiences. This permanent recognition proved to the world that his contributions went far beyond simple trophies, etching his name forever into the glorious fabric of human sports history. Chris Dickerson passed away in 2021, leaving a massive void in the fitness community, but the profound blueprint he left behind remains completely secure. He will forever be revered in bodybuilding history as the ultimate operatic titan who successfully proved that elegance and density can exist in perfect harmony. His incredible life journey serves as a powerful reminder that structured discipline, artistic pride, and an unbreakable spirit will always stand the test of time. Future generations of classic and open athletes will continually study his historic posing videos and his flawless structural lines, trying in vain to replicate his magic. He showed the entire world that a real champion could achieve legendary immortality by remaining fiercely true to his artistic vision, breaking social barriers, and protecting his character. The aesthetic king has permanently etched his name in gold, leaving an unforgettable, beautiful mark in history.